waiting his whole life for his coronation. And sources say a nervous King Charles has made a desperate plea to his warring sons William and Harry to put aside their differences, if only just for the coronation. We know from Harry's book Spare that the king begged his sons not to make his last years a misery, and he'll be hoping they can call a truce for the biggest day of his life, according to royal expert Phil Dampier. Phil said that Charles will have spoken to William and asked him to be civil with his brother if and when they meet face to face. In public, they'll both be on their best behaviour when the eyes of the world will be on them, he says. But outside, or in unguarded moments, everyone will be looking at the body language between them, as well as between Kate and Harry. So keen is Charles to avoid any fallout from the ongoing family feud on the day, that he's bent over backwards to accommodate Harry, despite all he's thrown at the royal family. I'm sure that Charles is deeply hurt by some of the things Harry and Meghan have said and done, as is William, says Phil, but Charles is taking a leaf out of his mother's book and is trying not to pour flames on the oil. And the royal expert is convinced that William will grant his father's wish. I think William will bite his lip and play along with the show of unity for the sake of his father, Camilla and the monarchy in general, he says. But Phil doesn't see any possibility of peace talks between William and Harry during his flying visit to the UK. William will avoid any meaningful discussions and make sure he's in the presence of others, so that nothing he says is taken out of context. He just doesn't trust Harry anymore, which is tragic when you consider how close they once were. Harry says he wants his family back and supports the monarchy in his country of birth, but so far he's shown it in a funny way. According to Phil, Harry will need to do far more than just turn up for this momentous occasion, starting with a long period of silence from California, where his family are concerned. Only then, he says, might there be a chance of building bridges in the future. It will be fascinating to watch, but even if the two brothers are seen shaking hands and smiling, we all know the rift between them is enormous, says Phil. It will be very awkward for all concerned, and this is without Meghan. Let's hope Charles can finally meet his destiny in style without the distraction of the fallout. Besides, historical advisor for the Netflix show The Crown, Robert Lacey, claims Prince William has every right to be absolutely furious with his younger brother. The author's comments on the family questioned the loyalty of the Duke of Sussex and unfavourably compared him to Prince Andrew. Speaking on Dan Wooten tonight, expert Lacey said, "I think Charles's wish to reconcile with his youngest son makes a lot of sense, but you can't blame William for being furious with him. Whatever you say about Prince Andrew, Andrew has stayed loyal to the family, while Harry has basically exploited family disputes, which happen in any family, for money. It's something that William understandably finds hard to forgive." His controversial comments compared the Duke of Sussex to disgraced Prince Andrew, who settled out of court with Virginia Giuffre for £12 million in a US civil sex claim.